GameRanks presents the 10 best free iOS and Android games of August 2015. Yeah, sometimes we like to talk about some mobile games, so let's get into it, starting off with number 10. Hangar World is a fun and simple game where you fling a character across the screen, kind of like Spider-Man. You play as a little guy who can shoot ropes from his hands, and you gotta get yourself across the environment from one side to the other, while safely avoiding a bunch of different objects shooting across the screen. You can get pieces of your body cut off along the way, but you gotta make some part of your guy survive to the end of the level. It starts out pretty easy to get you hooked, and then it gets incredibly challenging, but it's a lot of fun. It's totally free with a couple ads, but if you really don't like them, you can pay to get rid of them. And at number 9, we have Sage Solitaire. Right now, it's currently only out for iOS, but it's coming out for Android soon, apparently. It's pretty simple, honestly. It's solitaire, but it's a mix between solitaire and kind of Yahtzee, and it feels great. And it's a ton of fun to play, especially if you're a solitaire fan. It gives you a little bit more production values and makes the boring old solitaire thing feel a little more exciting. At number 8, we have Apocalypse Meow, Save the Last Humans. Yes, it's another cat-related thing online, but this is pretty cool, and it's a lot of fun to play. You're in a ship at the bottom of the screen, and it's kind of like a bullet hell where you fly around and blast oncoming things. You're a cat in a spaceship, and you gotta fly around, shoot the enemies, and save the humans floating around in the atmosphere. So if you like Galaga or Skyforce, this is for you, because it's a lot of fun, and it's a great arcade-style space shooter. And at number 7, we have Sling Kong, a fun little game definitely worth downloading. You start off at the bottom of the screen and you pull back and launch your little animal up towards the screen, towards different pegs. You launch yourself kind of like how you fling an Angry Bird, but in an upwards position, and you gotta dodge a bunch of stuff like flaming plants, buzzsaws, and other traps. And it's a lot of fun. You get to play as cute, cuddly animals, but sometimes they die. It's got some killer production values, with some fun, quirky, colorful graphics, and some really exciting, cutesy music. At number 6, we have Angel Stone, being touted as the first truly cross-platform RPG. Yes, this is an RPG action game that you get to play on iOS, Android, and on a web browser. There's 3 different classes to pick from: a berserker, a shadow mage, or a gunslinger. And it's a pretty basic fantasy RPG like you've probably experienced before, but it's high quality, and the fact that it's cross-platform makes it kind of interesting. Unfortunately, that's really its only innovation, though, but it's definitely worth checking out if you want some good RPG stuff. And at number 5, we have Loot and Legends. If you love those strategy-style games where you move characters across tiles on a board and live by the roll of an RPG dice, then Loot and Legends is probably for you, as it's highly addictive. It's surprisingly deep. There's a lot of attributes and things you can add to your characters on the battlefield, as well as tons of variation of loots and treasure chests to collect. And while the menus seem very busy and there's a lot of stuff to click on, it's pretty well designed and easy to navigate. I'm enjoying this game quite a bit, especially because I'm not usually into these style of games. It's also got great personality with a light sense of humor that's actually pretty cool. I'm into it. And at number 4, we have Tactile Wars, which is a bit of like a top-down, touch-based RTS version of Splatoon. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You command your own units against enemy units, and you have to draw and shoot color onto the screen. There's all kinds of little different characters you can get, like infantry, you can do landmines, tanks, turrets, and ultimately you do all of this just with drawing stuff with your finger. There's lots of base building here, there's also a ton of leaderboard rankings. Definitely don't underestimate its cutesy look, because this game actually takes a bit of brainpower to win. And at number 3, we have Pac-Man 256. Pac-Man 256 is the best. It's made by the people who made Crossy Road, and they managed to take the classic Pac-Man formula and keep it still familiar, but expanding on it. They basically made Pac-Man almost like an endless runner. You start at the bottom of the screen, and you just basically Pac-Man your way up, as you're being constantly chased by other ghosts and glitchy code that's erasing the level behind you as you move up. There's a bunch of cool upgrades you can get, like you can freeze ghosts, shoot them with lasers, or you can just do the old-fashioned thing and eat them. It is incredibly awesome and totally put the love for Pac-Man back in me, and I highly, highly recommend checking it out. And at number 2, we have Walking Dead Road to Survival. In this, you play as everybody's favorite Walking Dead characters, and you battle against zombies and the governor and his troops. You level up your team, gather supplies, and do raids against enemies in PvP and PvE style missions. It's got a cool art style, and there's gore aplenty for zombie fans. There's also points in the game where you actually have to make decisions about who dies and who survives. And the thing that has me the most excited about it is that it's actually based on the Walking Dead comic, not the show. So it gives you a little bit of a different perspective on the whole Walking Dead thing, and that's awesome. And at number 1, we have The Path to Luma, a very weird but very interesting game. It's hard to explain, but you basically have a Super Mario Galaxy-style world in front of you that you get to rotate and spin around and explore. You have to move stuff around and arrange stuff on the planets to stop pollution and create a clean, energy-safe planet. It sounds kind of stupid and totally like a hippie game, but it's actually a lot of fun to play. The 3D planets look gorgeous, and the art style is really, really unique, and it makes you feel like this super god man who's just stopping all of climate change. It's interesting, and it's totally free to play, so it's worth checking out. So those are the best free iOS games of August 2015. We also got some bonus games, including Fallout Shelter, now being on Android, and Salad Fingers Act 1, which is exclusive to Android. But guys, we want to know what you're playing this month on your mobile device. If you got any suggestions for anybody else in the comments, please let us all know. But as always, guys, if you like this video, maybe click the like button because it helps us out. And subscribing is the best thing you can do because we put out videos every single freaking day on this channel. Yes. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.